Hi, I'm E.D. Lewis, and welcome back to my channel. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody out there, no matter what holiday you are celebrating. I'm hoping you're having a good one. Uh, Today is my 1 year anniversary on BookTube. I have done so many video reviews, done a couple tag videos, and done a couple other special videos. For tonight, I want to do a book haul, and this was actually from my vacation. All the books I picked up from my vacation. We've actually already opened gifts this afternoon. We had our little get together, and I did get some more books, but I'm not going to share those right now. I'll probably share them on Instagram. So if you follow me on there, you can check that out, and please do follow me there and on social media. All the information is down below, including where you can find out about my writings as well. So, briefly, I'm going to say it's been so much fun this year doing, this whole year, 12 months since, I started doing BookTube and trying to, figure out things. I'm still figuring things out, and there's always ways to improve, ways to learn. I actually have a little bit of equipment that I'll start using sometime soon that I just got as a gift, and I hope that'll improve my videos a little bit. I just want to thank everybody, thank all you who watched my videos, all you who have subscribed and hit like and leave leave your comments and stuff. I thank all of you, and also those in the BookTube community that I have met, and some of them even actually kind of inspired me to get started. And so I thank all of you out there too. So, and before I started this channel, I had been told by people, you should do, something where you talk about books and movies, or books or movies. Because people, I would talk to, like, people at work and stuff, and there was one individual in particular. She had said that I should do something like this, and I had been thinking about doing some sort of YouTube channel. I just didn't know what it was yet. And then I started watching BookTube videos shortly before I started, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And they inspired me and gave that little boost that I needed to get started. So that's how I got started and stuff. And enough about that. Let's get to the books. So these are the books I got on vacation. Now, if you saw my last video, you have already seen this one. This is the first book I picked up on vacation, and it's called Creative Alchemy. It's a book that has 88 meditations, rituals, and experiments that'll help you shift into the mindset of conscious creation, engaging your mind, body, and spirit in the process. So it's kind of to help evolve oneself and to bring more enlightenment. So I'll be giving that a try. And, I thought it would be interesting, and it was, kind of easy sounding to do. I flipped through some of it and read some of the things. So, and I actually got it on clearance. So this came actually from Earthbound Trading Company. Wait on that one. So the next book I got, these books I picked up at a flea market, actually, because I did end up going to a flea market, and one of these was I found these both by complete accident, and I'm so glad I did find this one for sure. This is a book by Marilyn Ross, and if you have seen my videos, I love Marilyn Ross's books. W.E.D. Ross, or Dan Ross. He wrote under so many different pseudonyms, and wrote like 300 books and like over 600 short stories, I guess. But I'm mostly known from his Dark Shadows books from the 60s, but I have read a couple of his other ones. This one is one that I actually had on my wish list for the Audible version, which is Cove by Marilyn Ross. But I saw it and it was $1.50. It is not in the best condition, but it needs a little bit of repair work. But, it's an enjoyment copy, and it's part of my collection. I don't do collect them for, like, ooh, this will be worth something. I do collect it because I enjoy them, and I can, enjoy, looking at their art, looking at their covers, reading their content, what have you. So this one is, was Regina haunted by a nightmare or possessed by the devil? Okay, this is kind of a bad joke, but Regina, if you're watching, Regina's Regina's Haunted Library, for those of you who don't know. Are you haunted by a nightmare by any chance? Or possessed by a devil? That last one might be more Batilda, though. But, sorry, I couldn't help it. That was really bad. That was a terrible joke. And I mean, some people find it really annoying, though, when they see their name and they're like, oh, haha, you know, yeah, name. I, it depends with me. So other people are not. Other people, you know, find it amusing. So I hope I didn't offend, and it was just it was just terrible, terrible little silly joke. Now it's gotten really awkward. So moving on, I also got at the flea market I'm so sorry, Regina, if you're out there and you're watching this one. After I put it up, I can't help silly little jokes. Okay, moving on. This one is a young adult horror novel from, I think, like the late 80s or early 90s. My sister grew up with these, and I bought several of them from her, and one of them I read earlier in this calendar year for Halloween-a-thon. 1992, okay. And it was from Point also, and it was Sister Dearest. Well, this is The Window, and from the sound of it, it has a little bit of a vibe that's like, you know, the 1943 or 45 film, I forget which, Shock with Vincent Price, where a woman sees something through a window she wasn't supposed to see. She sees a murder. Or like Rear Window by directed by Alfred Hitchcock. So it seems to have that kind of vibe to it. Or, 450 from Paddington by Agatha Christie. Seeing something they weren't supposed to see through a window. The next one I also got out of flea market. It was $1.50. And it's paperback library gothic, which I love those. And they're the ones that do the Dark Shadows books, and a lot of Marilyn Ross books, actually. This one's called A Woman Possessed by Christine Randall. Could she escape the terror in her past? I guess this one's about a woman who suffers amnesia, and she thinks she's one person, and she finds out she's someone else. And she is being driven mad by this man claiming to be her husband, and so she has to find out the truth about herself and what's going on at the castle that she's living out with her husband. So the next book I picked up. Oh well, the one I picked up before that. Sorry. Oh well. I picked this up at a 5 and 10 store. And it is Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers. Is it Travers or Travers? I think it's Travers. I've never read any of the Mary Poppins books. I love the movie Mary Poppins and Mary Poppins Returns. That's my favorite live-action Disney film, actually. So I've never read any of them, but they had all of them at the store I went to in paperback form. And then they had them all as a collection in a big hardback volume for cheaper price than getting them individually in paperback, but I just wanted the first one. So, at least for now. And I love the art. So that's Mary Poppins. I also went to a thrift store I was there, and these were like, for these next two books together, it was just 50 cents. So it was a steal. I got this one, The Adobe Castle, is the second book I picked up at the thrift store. A Southwest Gothic Romance by Marilyn Ross, I think is how her name is pronounced. And it's about a woman who goes to this resort called Adobe Castle in New Mexico, and she's like being haunted by a ghost. And there's like a film crew there, and the castle resort hotel thing is in danger of being shut down, and so it's just an itty-bitty little book, and it's only like 100 and some pages, so it's really short, 183 pages, and they're just really little, so this ought to be a really interesting read, and it was really cheap, so it was originally $6, and I got it for 25 cents. Then I also got this, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the graphic novel edition. I do have a graphic novel of Dracula too, but not like this. This is in black and white though, so you can see some of the art. So it's adapted by Gary Reed and illustrated by Fraser Irving. The graphic novel version of Dracula I have is in full color. I think it's from Marvel Comics, and it's like a hardback edition with a dust jacket, and it's really nice. I think it's like an anniversary edition or something. And the last bit of my book haul, on the last day of vacation, I went to this little bookstore that's very similar to the bookstore that we have around here. That's the one I frequent fairly often, and where I get most of my Gothic novels that are in physical form. And similar to this other bookstore where I found the copy of The Exorcist, I picked up like a number of books for a very decent price, and I actually had no idea how much any of them were. So I was just like, "Oh my god, I keep picking up books. This is gonna cost so much. This has really hit my my wallet really bad." And which the vacation, of course, hit us really bad because I mean, we probably really shouldn't have gone, but we need to get away for a little while and do at least something fun. I planned on actually window shopping, but you can see I did a little bit more than window shop. Book-wise, because, yeah. So anyway, the first book I picked up was Dark Angel, the second in the Castile series, and it's an older edition that has the little window where you open it and you can see the cover art. I hate that someone marked the inside of it, though, with a number. I hate that. That just irks me. But, yeah, it's, I was very excited about that because I was just thinking about that day. Or it was actually the night before. I found another Marilyn Ross book. It's the 6th one in a series, but I've only seen this one, so I have no idea. And Marilyn Ross, I only have found like a couple around here, though, where I live, so. But it is not by Paperback Library Gothic, and it's part of a series. It's called This Evil Village. It's about a girl who inherits something from her grandfather. Her grandfather had left her his life's dream, a fairy tale into which he had poured his fortune, and Sophie was determined to rescue this place from the nightmare horror that possessed it. So, it sounds interesting. And it's Marilyn Ross, so, of course I'm probably going to enjoy it. Next, this one I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Mora, I think is how. Mora? I'm not sure. I'll look it up sometime. But it's the first in a series, I guess, and by Virginia Kaufman. And it's a series of Gothic romance, I guess, around this one character. Yeah, it's with the same character name, Anne Wicklow, and it's actually from the 1940s, and this is a copy from the 60s or 70s, I think. Oh, it's from 1959 originally. I don't think this copy is, though. I don't think so. This looks like a 60s, 70s. Yeah, not that price. For that price, no, this is not. So it's originally from the 50s, but I don't know when this edition came out. So this is a reprint. But I really don't know anything about it. It sounds like a woman ends up moving into this house. Spirited young Anne Wicklow left her post as housekeeper at a fashionable girls' school to look after the safety of one of her former charges, who was suddenly taken to gloomy, forbidden Chateau Mora, or Maura, I'm not sure, by her strange guardian. But once at Mora, I'm not sure, The shadowy secrets haunting legends and hostile inhabitants of that terror-filled mansion quickly enveloped Anne herself in a menacing situation that threatened her own life and sanity. That's not the whole thing, but that's a little preview for you. I just have, I think, just 2 more books here. Oh, I skipped that one, but I kind of want to save that one for last anyway. Next, I picked this one up, Engraved An Evil, which I'm pretty sure this picture's been used on another gothic novel. I've noticed some gothic novels do reuse some of the same pictures, though. Because there's a big book I have, Ravenwood, I think, or Gravewood, or something like that. I don't know. I haven't read it yet. Has the same cover as one of the editions of Marilyn Ross's book, Beware My Love. So, shares the same cover. That's so I just thought that was kind of weird. They did that, and I think they're published. No, maybe they are published by two different companies. I don't know. Anyway, so this one has 2 castles. There's an eerie, indefinable pattern shaping the life of Geraldine Fisher. She couldn't see it or touch it, but as strange events surrounding her, she knew it had to be there. So, this takes place like in Switzerland and stuff, and so a strange inheritance brought her halfway around the world and into the tangled web of intrigue, peril, and unexpected romance. Yeah, that sounds like gothic right there. And it's by Paula Minton, author of Secret Melody. So I don't think I have any of her books, so that's a first for me. All right. I got this one, The Uninvited by Dorothy McCardle. I'm guessing that's her. McCardle? I don't know. Could a young girl's pure love triumph over the dreaded forces of evil and hatred that made Cliff End a place of never-ending terror? And it's a Bantam Gothic novel, and it's an old library edition. I think I have one Bantam Gothic on my shelf, so, and it's not this one; it's a different one. Might be the same author though. I don't know. And then finally, this one I actually got when I got the Marilyn Ross and the young adult novel called The Window. It's a Victoria Holt. On the night of the 7th moon, and I think it's like from the first printing, actually. So I think it's a first printing edition, and it's got its dust jacket. It's in fairly good condition, except for mostly here. There's a little bit, and I love that it had the original art. This was the most expensive out of the books I bought that day at that flea market. I don't think I plan on using this as a reading copy. I suppose I could, but I'd take the dust jacket off. I might go ahead and just, keep this, this is more just kind of a collector's copy in my opinion, like I just got as a collectible. For me, if I want a reading copy, I might pop over to my local bookstore and get a copy, because I'm sure, the lady there, has, a paperback version of this. I prefer paperbacks, but So that's my book haul. A total of 13 books that I picked up, mostly gothic. Some of them, horror and nonfiction and children's fantasy. I recently did finish reading, the second go-round of Best Man on the Planet. I plan on doing a video on that soon. I'm not sure when. I kind of want to do a bookshelf tour, a 2-part one. One part I'm just going to do off of the books that are on my Kindle, or my tablet, my Kindle on my tablet. Do my library of that, and later on do one of my actual physical bookshelves. But I have to get that more in order before I can get that far. And even though I had started this some weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, and I kind of set it aside because I was busy with reading, what I was reading, and including A Christmas Carol at the time too. I set this one aside, but now I've gotten back on this, and I'm reading this. This is the second book, the second book I have in my TBR. Or the second one that's part of my TBR, and it's Gothic Dreams Necronomicon. So it's all about the Necronomicon, and I'll do a video on it when I'm done with it too. So that's all I have for you tonight. So if you see this video tonight or tomorrow or over the weekend even, I hope you are having, or have had, depending on when you see it, a great Christmas, a great solstice, and Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa, and Festivus, and Nameless Day, and if you see it on Saturday, Boxing Day, and whatever holidays that you celebrate. So, just remember it's all about love and light. And, it's not about greed. It's not about money. It's not about, getting gifts. It's about, love, like I said, love and light. I kind of wish I could just say it a different way, but my mind's going really blank, but I know what I'm trying to say. And anyway, keep safe, keep warm, and, have a wonderful holiday. And I'll see you soon. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.